Hello, Dave here. I'm in sunny Darlington for the day. So this little video is just going to be little gems, interesting things that I come across. That mainly being what I would call old world buildings. Buildings that were usually built before the dates given in the history books. And the classic examples of these type of buildings are banks, which this one is. You can see the way that the floor is sloping away, it's mud flood. I think a lot of the decoration that's been took away from what would have been on the roof, and there's nothing really that exciting about the place. But it wasn't for that, it was this building over here, if I swing round. It's called the King's Head. Now, I have no idea if that's a King's Head pub, King's Head hotel, and I very much doubt that it's used as either anyway now. But it's one of those buildings that still has what I call all its little rooftop capacitors in place. See them there, the balls on the flat surfaces. 3 on every window. Actually, there's some of them, there's 5. Yeah, a few there. And this is right way along. And still all have these lovely capacitors. Same up there, that one. You know, it's another one of those beautiful little gems of buildings that, you know, if you're out doing your shopping, it's not the type of thing that you look up and notice. But there's so much what I would call old world history that is, you know, just above your eyes. I was talking to a friend about these as well in these type of buildings. Some systematic air vents. You know, there's fair enough buildings having air vents. There's one at the end of that window. It's alright having the odd air vent to ventilate the cavity wall, but, you know, these buildings exceed themselves for whatever reason there is. I'm sure if you move further along, you can see any there. Yeah. 2 air vents there. They're right away along the top as well. Quite often they are situated below windows, not at the side, but not on this one. Anyway, let's see, these are just going to be the little gems that I come across, and that King's Head building being one of them. Bye for now. Here we go again, just a few yards up the road. And we have another bank building, but it's the roof that really interested in me because of all the metalwork that's still up there. And it's right away along the top. Little antenna on the back of that chimney. It's shaky maybe. Right the way along. Beautiful arch windows, but I would think most of it's derelict apart from the bottom floor, just the bank. But the roof on this is just absolutely staggering. So that's another bank in Darlington. Let's move on a bit. After I come back off the main drag a bit and skin gate, this building appears really interesting because it's a perfect example of showing you what I call Victorian title. You know, these are pretty much your old bricks, the brickwork when the building was first built. And when a lot of these buildings were converted in Victorian times, they started to put this form of cladding on the front of the buildings that I would think makes them look far more beautiful than what it did the original brick buildings behind there. But you know, I dare say that building's a hell of a lot older than what the history books say. So I'll move around the front of it a little bit. It is a bit better now we get a bit closer, you can see it there. Maybe walk over and have a look. So we don't get a bike car. And you can see basically, you know where the tarp starts. You have the lights out the way. You have your old brickwork there. A lot of it I believe to be original brickwork. And then as you move round on the side here, you know, it's a completely different brickwork. Much later date. And I'll just move back over the road a bit. Show you the building too. Back round the front now, just give you a quick finish off at the front. Your Greco-Romano copy. It's only a small building, this, but it definitely is. You know, an old world precept building. I don't think there's that much more on the street, but we'll go and have a look. Just a little bit further along the street, we've got this place, number 1. Again, it's one of those beautiful buildings that most people walk past each day and would never notice. Splendid roofs. Above your windows there. Little capacitors there. One sat on the top, all with the little aerials on. And that is right away along.
All we need to do is to wake up Queens at 3 o'clock in the morning.
That's beautiful brickwork right the way along. Some of it, don't know if my camera will pick up. You know, some of it is quite nice. And some of it's just plain. But what I'll do, I'll get over the other side of the road and then I'll be able to get a bit better view of this lot. So I'll catch you over there. I have managed a bit closer, but you know, I can't get back far enough to show some of the details. Just that interesting archway blocked up there. But right up to the top. Beautiful lions. Yeah. You come down a bit. Bit out of focus, but there you go. And that's really the same right the way along with these windows. I'll have the little lined figurehead garden and so yes, it's quite a canny building, and another part of what I called Old World Darlington. So what I'm going to do is head off down that way, I think. Mind you, I can't see much interesting down there, but you never know. Well, I'm going to just come back to this pub here. It's only over the road, I've dismissed that, but its capacitors, or resonators as some people call them. More than likely totally obsolete now, but they did have a function once over. So really, when you look above eye level, it gives the whole town a different meaning. So we're going to see what else we can find. Why oh why would any architect build a house like that? You know, any dust and muck and rubbish gathers down there, bottom part. Now I've just picked on this a little bit because it's, you know, I was just walking past here. But that's a good 8 foot below street level. Do you firmly believe that architects designed houses like this? But see, the thing is, often, it's not only in this country, you see, the same things you see, these stairways are actually going up into what was once a first floor room. That used to be your ground floor down there. It's not purpose built cellar to keep the coal. It's not purpose built to keep your peasants down there, your slaves, the people that you employ. So all that sounds very, very strange, batshit crazy, like it did to me. But after 4 years research, I can tell you now, 100%, when these houses were built, there was not the 8 foot of road or 10 foot of road that I'm stood on. Same goes for the next building. You see, this next building, you have full-size windows. Full-size windows up there. They were once full-size windows. 2 to the 3rds of the windows. They've put the bottom lintel in now, I know, to make it look as if it was just, you know, it was designed like that. But who in the right mind would design a house with windows on the pavement, on the floor? Any dust, rubbish, stone springing off the tyres of the old horses and carts. Put your window through and smash them. Event, I was talking to my friend about this. They only go in a couple of inches, they don't go right into the building. That looks like a new breeze block in there, so it might have went straight through the building. But right below every window there's an air vent. Air vents. Air vents. Air vents. You know, that's... I don't believe that the building needs so many air vents for the cavity wall. Not unless they had a purpose. There'd be steam or heat travelling through the cavity wall. There's heat in one day. But right, that's another bit of a ramble. Let's go and see what else we can find. Not sure the road I'm on. Just behind the Dolphin Centre. But again, mud flood aspect. These windows below street level. Makes no practical sense whatsoever. And you're not going to be able to see it. But underneath the door there, down there, is the original doorway. And if you come round here and have a look, you know, you can see quite deep. This is more modern day what they do. It's just concreted over. But all in front of these windows will be accessible under that concrete. And that one's the same, it's just that wire mesh put over. Still see the windows down there though. So that's a bit of high-tech and mud flood right across Darlington. So I'm going to go off that way, see what's up there. Catch you. They're the mud flood houses I've just shown you. If you come around this way, as we walk up the street, these are the tops of windows. Bottom of the windows are below street level. Again, I ask, what architect in the right mind would build windows on the pavement like that to put glass in? So any bit of stone or grit or gravel or somebody booting your glass and it's through. Because you see, when these houses were first built, them windows were quite a way off the ground. You know, there's 10 foot of earth appeared from somewhere since these buildings were first built. And it's right away along. Bit bumpy, bit shaky. Car coming. There are the same windows. And they're directly up above them windows. All perfect unity. That door will have been a window once over. But when they converted the building, it turned into a door. And there we go, right away along the building. Mud flood evidence. Right. Back out that way, hopefully.